as the boxes fill up and say, have at it. I don't even know what the fuck y'all gonna talk about today, but I know at some point y'all gonna argue because y'all are of that demographic where y'all don't know how to do that. Y'all don't know how to converse. Y'all don't know communication skills. So at some point you're going to fucking argue. That's going to fill the room up and I'm going to sit in this chair. That's what I see. Does anybody see anything different?
But here's why I say control chaos, because 9 times out of 10, when someone or a group is benefiting from the chaos, then it's controlled because
the only control, Atlas, that her platforms has is the fact that it is on at 6. And matter of fact, that's even control because some days they argue so long they go past 12. But the only thing that you can bank on that's controlled over there is the hours of operation and the days of the week. That's it.
They can ensure though that the chaos is gonna be there because they know consistently she's gonna be there from 6 to at least 12 every day. So they know where to go to
get their fill of foolery. They know where to get their fill of foolery. If you
right there, somebody
if you're having a humdrum day and you want some razzle dazzle, and it's between the hours of 6 a.m. and 12, go your ass over there. I guarantee you, it's some foolery because she picked up. She didn't pick 8 people of all different walks of life, and that's why again I don't. That's not being a business owner. You didn't pick 8 people from all walks of life that will be coming from all viewpoints, and each person will be trying to teach each other something, right, as well as impress upon each other some their point of view. And the audience is, that's what a real talk show is about. Am I wrong, Chasen?
You're absolutely right. But I was going to say this. You know who her bestie is, right? Now, her bestie got offended when Tea Times Mod had called somebody a cockroach and had fired her for that. So if we think about that and we think about who she's tied to, who she's connected to, and what they're trying to do, like with the billboards, with the reality TV show, this is not a good look because just like you said, unfortunately, the community is it's beyond Black people. So it's not a good look. I do feel like she has people in her ear telling her to chill. I don't think that the apology, I don't know if maybe she might have reached out to him on the back. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's a relationship.
I asked. I went from that live to his live. I didn't wait for her live to get dropped down. I left and went to his live, and we sat there for a long period of time. And I typed in the comments, "Peach, have you gotten that text yet?" And the answer was no. Tip came into his live damn near instantly, right? Probably within 15 minutes of him being live, Tip came in and said, "What I missed? What's going on?" And so he broke down and cried. And we were trying to tell her, just call him on the back end so he can get off live. And so she didn't do it. And so he kind of gave her the synopsis or whatever. And then she was like, "Give me a minute. Let me call Don." And so, of course, we thought, boom, either he's going to hop off live because he's going to get that phone call, or she's going to come in the box and say, "Man, I didn't mean it like that, Peach. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean for that to go down, yada, yada, yada." But neither happened. So my goofy, nosy ass was like, after we've been in there for over an hour now, like, "Hey, that text came yet?" He was like, "No, Kiana." I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I said his voice specifically like that because he felt let down.
Right. Right, you can hear that disappointment.
My friend ain't even text me who I contributed to her show.
And he's still trying to take up for her too. And my thing is this, I'm not trying to really put the blame all on her. I do feel like, we can't help but
Poozy
that said it, right? Poozy is the one that said it, but you have to admit as well. It's like, Kiana, if you're hosting this live, you are the face of the live. As much as you want to say like, don't blame me, don't blame the comments, whatever, they're still gonna look at you because this is your brand. It's you. It's not nobody else.
I don't give a fuck what. The only thing that happens at a restaurant that you don't blame the owner for is when the restaurant itself got robbed. Everything else is your fault. Everything else is on you. Everything, cold food is on you. You know what I'm saying? The restaurant ain't open, bathrooms are dirty. Everything is on you. And if you can't, I will say this is a business. That's for those of you who want to own a business. Business 101. If you cannot be responsible for the highs and the lows of your company, don't go in business.
Right.
There should never be a time where you said, don't blame me for what happened in this business. Ever.
Got you.
I think
definitely-
And if you get robbed, maybe you should look, let me see, well, what can we, and then here's the thing. Now I'm gonna sit on that show 5 motherfucking days a week for years now. And we keep having this same, clockwork, right? She's never putting in no proactive measures for this not to happen again. Have y'all noticed that?
It's gonna keep happening because it's not a sustainable way.
A business always learns from itself. And here's the reality. Now, how would she feel if Peach sued her? Because God in heaven knows he has a lawsuit. That was hate speech. Peach can sue Poozy and Diamond. Y'all do know that, right? And we'll win.
Well, TikTok would be the one that is going to be, like, it's like an umbrella policy. TikTok is the one that's insured.
That's not true. That is not true. TikTok has parameters in place that what happened yesterday was not supposed to happen, correct? Right.
Yeah, but TikTok is...
Listen to me. TikTok can be named on the suit because it took place on their platform, but I'm going to guarantee you their lawyers are going to come and separate them instantly because TikTok is going to say, we made them sign this, that, and the third to say that it would not allow this to happen. Right? Diamond ain't had nobody on her platform sign anything that says they would not spew hate speech, and she was there and had the ability to stop it. And here's the thing, when TikTok was reported of it, it shut her live down instantly. Sincerely? That's how they have no culpability, darling. They have no culpability. The minute TikTok has parameters in place for them to be notified that this is going on and they shut it down, they're able to be removed from the suit. So now it's her platform. It's her platform, and the sad part again, the CEO was present, so she is definitely culpable. You was there, hand on the trigger, could have stopped it, and you didn't. He would win a lawsuit. So, and then here's the sad part is because it's a lawsuit of an intentional tort. Hate speech is intentional torts, and you know about tort. You're in law school, right? You can't bankrupt intentional torts. So I suggest, and I hope there's a blogger I got one in my box that's recording this. I suggest you motherfucking Rhinestone get your apologies together, because you can never bankrupt if this man decides to sue you. That's an intentional tort. It was hate speech.
Not only that, if something happens to Poozy or anybody in the panel that's connected to that conversation that took place, it could look bad for her business or her brand.
I can go get a job, baby. If Peach decides to sue your motherfucking ass, 67% of your paycheck gonna be his every week. Because you won't be able to bankrupt it. It's an intentional tort. You intentionally let it happen. So you better hope that a lawyer call his ass.
That's a fact.
Tell me I'm lying, Chasen.
Not at all.
If he files tomorrow, he'll be able to sue the shit out of her.
Especially if you could prove that this is the trend of what the show consists of. Yeah, there's definitely something there. There's definitely a case.
I'm gonna tell you what she fucked up. It was on Erica's live first. And this greedy bitch decided, I want the coins. This finna be on my goddamn live. That's where you fucked up. You knew hate speech was being spewed by this lady.
I see what you're saying. King.
And you said, this coming over here on my live, so I can get the So you better, if I were you, I'd be kissing Peach's ass. And he still got 2 years. So that's a lot of ass. He got 2 years. He can file, and it's recorded. It's recorded in 4 motherfucking K. The man got 2 years before he can take your ass to court and sue you, and you have to deal with him probably for the rest of your motherfucking life. To the tune of whatever these jurors say he is affected by what you let happen to him. That's why I said when you play these old circus ass games like you played on Dime a few weeks ago, you gonna fuck up because you ain't got legal people around you. You got motherfuckers that don't know shit around you. But I'm here to tell you, Peach has a lawsuit clear in the goddamn clear. He can sue your ass for that shit that happened to him, and you will have to pay him. You'll never be able to file bankruptcy. It's an intentional tort.
Auntie Key, the thing about intentional torts is you have to meet every element of that tort. Like, it has to be checked off.
Go get me the elements, law student. Go give me the elements, law student.
I mean, for example, the
You
tort.
talking to a bitch who would have been a law student and had a law license. Had the fact that I hate 13th and 14th grade. Come on, you talking to a motherfucker who judges have said, young lady, you need to go and get your law license. Come on, come with it.
I'm not.
Bring it to me.
I'm not.
Let's do it.
I'm not
go
trying
get
to-
all the aspects of intentional tort.
I'm not
Let's
trying to
do this.
do this against you or
Let's
whatever.
do this sincerely.
I don't think he would want. I don't think he that. I mean, and I ain't trying to be my type of way, but I just don't think he is that upset. I
He
think
probably
he's
don't know.
upset about what that she allowed to let it go on, but I feel like he just not that mad at her to go to like take it to that extent. That's my thinking. I mean, I don't know how what he really would do, but
And sincerely, how long you been in law school?
This is my 3rd year.
3rd year. You don't know all the aspects of an intentional tort?
I took that my 1st year, but I'm looking at my 1st year notes in the restatement,
Thank
and
you.
it's like, if anything, it would be intentional infliction of emotional distress. But even then, there's elements for that.
Hold on. Intentional affliction of emotional distress is an intentional tort.
I know.
Darling.
Yes, ma'am, I know.
Intentional tort, it's things that are intentional torts. Malice, murder, all of those are intentional torts. And actually, murder happens to be also a criminal. But it's also, you can sue civilly for murder, right?
Yes,
It's an intentional tort. So come on, come with it. Let's go. Let's keep going.
So for the
A tort is a civil action, but you could also be sued. You could also be sued for murder. O.J. Simpson. Mm-hmm. But yeah, tort is a civil. It's a civil action. Yeah.
Yeah. So for the restatement, the 3rd restatement for physical and emotional
wrong
harm,
for death. Go ahead.
intent is a person's act with the purpose or goal.
Intent. We just proved her intent. It was happening on another live. That live got shut down, and she brought it to her live. Intent. Now keep going.
Of producing that consequence, or the person's acts knowingly that the consequence is substantially certain as a result. I don't think Diamond had the knowingly act. She didn't know that this was going to happen. She knew that she was being stupid and not like doing her thing.
So she did not know that it was going to happen when it happened in a previous live that got shut down, and she instantly went back live and let those same people back into the same box.
She had no wherewithal that this would take place.
How not, darling? That was the conversation. That was the conversation.
I mean, I wasn't there for Erica's first.
They're gonna let you back over there. You ain't gotta take up for them. They're gonna let you back over there regardless. But I'm just saying.
My thing is, I'm not.
No.
I'm looking at
this is why I say it's deeper than that, because
I'm looking at this from a legal standpoint, because if we're going to bring the law into it, that means we have to be correct with it. You know?
I am too.
I understand you are, but people are just putting out.
Hey, I don't beat some lawyers, but keep it going.
All right.
One just paid me. One just paid me.
All right, I'm gonna just drop.
There's pain and suffering and anguish lawsuits regarding matters like this. Pain and suffering, mental anguish. These are different things that you can actually put
If it was two men fighting, she's like, I'm a woman, I couldn't jump in there, I could have gotten injured. Darling, you had access to the button that could have stopped the whole thing, right? But you let it went on for long periods of time. That shows your intent. So become your ass up here. I don't know why you got that in them comments. Now that's just me now.
Yeah, I don't think I even actually heard him reference her in a good way after what happened yesterday today. So I don't
Until a lawyer call him. Until a lawyer call him, because he needs to stop referencing her in a good way or referencing her at all. Because again, they will use that against him. They will say, "Well, you clearly wasn't emotionally affected. You were still saying great things. That's why you get a lawyer immediately, so they'll shut you the fuck up."
And it's not going to look good because I promise you, once one person do it, all of them going to start
All of
doing
them.
it. So that B dude,
Yeah,
who,
then Alexandra will be next to Sue.
right? Because old boy doxed. I think
T-Time ain't gonna be satisfied to Corey get her sued.
right, and that's the problem. Like right now, we're not looking at what's taking place, and even going deeper than that, and looking at the fact that she brought up Sodom and Gomorrah and said that's why we're always going to be in hell. That was Illuminati talk. That had nothing to do with regular people. That was some deeper shit, and she was exposing a secret organization. That's why she's still mad about Uzi.
Damn, what that?
No, listen to what I'm saying. The way that they're operating is under the bread and circus method. It is something that is tied to the Luciferian rebel. That's why
Poozy
she
was
started.
poozing. Not that deep this day. I like you to go deep a lot of days, but Poozy was poozing.
Poozy is not Poozy when we're all. That's why Cat Williams said you have to infuse
Poozy
people.
was poozing.
And her DNA is fused with a demon. She was showing you her demon.
Poozy was either drunk, high, or both. Her birthday's today. She was drunk, high, or both.
But that makes it worse because that means that this is why when I went up on her panel yesterday, I was like, Poozy, you're pretty much saying sorry, but then you're saying but, and then you're giving a justification. And then they were trying to, her and some other lady, I don't think the lady meant any harm, but they're trying to compare being queer to being neurodivergent. And I just find that to be a terrible comparison to make.
What the fuck is neurodivergent? I love to learn. Teach me.
Like if you're autistic, if you're on the spectrum, if you have ADHD, you know, like anything that's not neurotypical, you know,
I got self-diagnosed ADHD.
then technically you're neurodivergent because that's not neurotypical. And they so pretty much they wanted to compare how some kids are born with, you know, the neurodivergencies, or they're just born with some type of mental.
Can y'all shed a light to Peach? He's no longer in her panel. Can y'all shed a light to Peach? He's no longer in her panel.
Uh-oh. So I found that to be ridiculous. Like how are we going to compare somebody's sexuality to mental health? Like you know what? Listen, I'm a mute. I'm listening.
No, keep going because that's crazy.
They just shared his Barb live with me. He might be over there.
I tried to find Barb. I can't find him.
I just don't think none of this makes any sense. Like in terms of like let's drag it out, and then it's like most people are saying like Diamond's gonna go live at some point. It may not be Monday, it may not be Tuesday, but she's gonna go live. Maybe address it, and then this is gonna be the end, and nobody's gonna care no more.
Well, listen, you know your community better than we do. Usually don't go away with y'all as easy.
We don't forget, but she has a lot of there's certain people that support, and they just like they don't care what the person is involved in or what they do. They just blindly support. So they drink the Kool-Aid. I can't expect everybody to see from my eyes. You know what I mean? Like I as a queer person, you're so accustomed. It's just like being a black person, which is crazy because you can compare it to that, right? Because you can't help but be black, right? You can't help but walk outside and people know that you're black. For a lot of queer people, especially somebody like me who's masculine presenting, who even's masculine sounding, you know, I can't mask the fact that I am not the typical cisgendered person. So it's just, to me, this whole conversation on Messy Talk is just ridiculous. This all came from Debate Talk coming over here. Because if Debate Talk didn't come over here, nobody would care. I'm going to be dead ass. No, because everybody goes to hell. Everybody says things about kids, unalive people, this, that, and the third, sexuality. But now we care today because it's Poozy. Because people don't like Poozy.
Do you think it's because it's Poozy or because it's Peach?
That's actually a good question. I think it might be.
Poozy has done Poozy a lot. But
it might be a little bit of both, because Peach does have a lot of people that fuck with him, and it could just be the power of numbers, popularity.
Do you think it was because of the magnitude of what the unalive and we would have to deal with y'all? It was like the spewing. It was like, and I hate to compare it to race, sexuality to race, so I hope I don't offend anyone. But it was like somebody from a different race looking you in your face and said, "Nigger, you should never be a boy. You should not be able to share the same space with me because you are a nigger." And you know, it's like the way she said it. It was like all the that that you would never hope that someone would say to you in being in that community, whether it's your race or whether it's your sexuality or whatever. It was like she just went there.
It's hatred. What she did was like the equivalent of when a white T person says, "I'm not racist," and they get really mad and they start calling people the N-word and start talking about black this and black.
This is how you feel. This is how you really feel.
Right. This is how you feel inside. Like, just let's unpack that. Go heal first and then come back. But you can't sit here and say that you love the community and I don't have no problem with nobody. You clearly do. You clearly have been waiting for your moment to go off, and you did.
So, okay, are you saying, listen, this ain't no different from talking about kids. Get over it. Is that what we're saying? What I mean,
I don't want to say that because
Tiana,
that invalidates everything.
Tiana, don't let these people fool you. They're all hypocrites. They don't care about that. They want to say, "Woe is me," because they in that community. Cut the crap. Because when people was doing that on this app years ago, and y'all ain't said nothing, because y'all was over there kicking it with them. So stop the BS.
Okay, say it again with your chest. Who was kicking it with whom?
They know who they are.
So people were kicking it with Poozy?
No, with Patrick Genty, when he was doing that shit for years on this goddamn app.
So he was spewing homophobic rhetoric?
Absolutely.
But isn't he in the community?
He is in the community.
And he is. And they said nothing. So that's why they can miss me with that bullshit.
But he used to be
You gotta put a name on it. You can't just say they, because there are some people that.
If the shoe fits, bitch, wear it.
Yeah, you
How about
can't.
that?
You can't. That's apples and oranges. You can't.
Well, I didn't hear so. The way you said in the end, somebody came in. What happened? So what you said? Mute up, Mocha. I can't hear Sobe when he speaks. Mute up my phone. What's that, Sobe?
I said if the shoe
Okay, you said shoe fit. Okay, gotcha. I think he's somewhere where it's going in and out. Okay, Mocha, what were you saying, baby?
I was saying that's apples and oranges. Let's keep it on what it was and not from the 3 years
But let me ask this. When Patrick was saying it, was Patrick out in the community already, or was he saying it as a...
Yes.
He's been out.
Yeah. Yeah. Genty's never...
Hold on. Didn't just 2 weeks ago, Patrick was on Diamond's panel screaming at the...
His name is Genty.
Okay, I'm sorry. Wasn't Genty just on Diamond's panel screaming
What is his name? What's wrong with calling him Patrick?
Patrick is his government name, so they don't want you to call him.
He calls that his dead name. He goes by Genty, so let's respect him for
because of the negative that's been put on his real
connotation on his name.
But anyway, like I was saying, wasn't he just on Diamond's panel screaming at that cop? Wasn't he just screaming the F-bomb at that cop?
Yep.
Wasn't that him on Diamond's panel with that fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times did he repeat Magadat. How many times did he repeat that?
Can I ask a question? Can I just make a comparison real quick?
A lot of us on here that been on this side like supported Genty like that though.
I just want to say, because I don't agree with everything.
Thank you for saying that.
Don't even know. I mean, I know, but a lot of us over here on this, I don't know what y'all call us, messy talk, panel talk, whatever talk. We don't know. We don't know. And then it's just the people been coming from debate talk and all that other stuff over here recently. So like to say that the people over here were supporting them, I wouldn't say that was necessarily true.
No,
I just want to say,
I'm saying because the uproar that I've seen for what Poozy did is crazy.
Poozy's not from the community.
When they sit over there with the same shit, they sat over there for 3 years with it.
Just like you don't want a non-black person to refer to you as any type of N-word or any type of...
It ain't the same. Don't you dare compare race to that shit. Don't you dare compare race to that.
Why I can't dare compare it when it's literally you're born
numbers too.
black, just like you're born
so many million people.
So why can't I compare it?
Behind him.
Because you're black first. Because you're black first. That's why.
You have to allow the comparison due to the fact that they literally, if you do something against them, it's considered a hate crime. So you have to allow the comparison because they are labeled as their own community as far as that titles go. So they have fought for this space and this title that they are arguing over right now. So respectfully, they do have the right to look at
as Notorious said, they're both marginalized groups.
Yes.
So respectfully then, right?
Let me say this, y'all. I absolutely love this. Even though it's getting heated, I don't want anybody muted. These are educated, smart people on this panel.
So respectfully, right, Kiana? If that's said, right, so if I call a white person the N-word, does that white person call me the N-word too because I called him the N-word?
Depending on the definition of the N-word, because if you're using Webster, hold on, they changed the definition as of new Webster. Hold on, let me say what I'm going to say. We know the definition of this word, but they changed it as of new Webster to an ignorant person. So we know the definition to be a low down, dirty black person because that's what the definition started off as, or partly, but they changed it as of new Webster. They changed it to an ignorant person. So they could play that words with friends game with you. That's what I'm saying.
It's still a hate crime to call someone that. So that dog ain't gonna hunt, Atlas.
Right. It's still a slur.
That dog ain't gonna hunt because you can call anyone an ignorant person, but nobody's gonna lock you up or sue you for that. So that dog won't hunt. Hate Nick Inga. Why does Sobe keep dropping? It's still a hate slur.
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm talking about the how they play with the definitions, like especially on this app.
Hold on, Grace. We're trying to make sure Sobe's phone.
When you go to debate
make sure Sobe could come back up. Welcome, Grace. Okay.
When you go to when you're on debate talk and everything like that. When you are using things out of the definition or text, this is the things that they'll bring up, as far as definition goes. They'll bring up the definition of the word. That's all I'm saying. I agree with what he said. I agree completely. That word is labeled what it is, but I'm talking about how people play this words with friends thing when No,
that word ain't gonna never be with friends. That word has a finite meaning.
I agree, Lord. Is there a way we can get back to the topic because we gonna add people in that's gonna cause some more drama.
How you doing, Grace? Okay.
Gracie was in the box with Poozy. Yeah,
yes, I talked to Poozy yesterday. Yep, I talked to Poozy yesterday, and Chasing Pillows, I know that you're talking about me when I make the reference, the comparison between the rainbow community and an autistic person. But my first comparison was, how would you feel if a YT person was on here and saying that all of us black people should go on an island and die? And then, so my comparison was hate. Unalive, sorry. So my comparison was hate and mistreating someone because they're different. And when she said she had an autistic granddaughter, I said, how would you feel knowing that your granddaughter is going to be exposed to bullying and being unfairly treated and hated? And she kept saying phobia and afraid because she's different. And that was the comparison I was using. And I told her, I said, I can hold your hand as you having an autistic granddaughter, and me, I have my son is in the rainbow community, and I don't cry because he's different or he is who he is. I cry because of people like her that hate him and is afraid of him and won't be fair to him. So that was the comparison that I was using, and it seemed to help her understand, to where she said her issue was with Peach and not the rainbow community. And I teach my son that when you go out there in the world, all people are not going to accept you. All people are not going to love you, and all people are not going to treat you fairly. She also mentioned that she had a cousin that was in the rainbow community, but he don't wear lashes, he don't wear wigs. And I said, but what if he wanted to?
All right. So before you even go spilling into that, right, she directed stuff towards Barb, right? That had nothing to do with Peach, referring to Barb wanting to be a guy, all this other shit, right? People might not know people's personal sex preferences or however you look at it, but she was directing that shit at the whole community. We cannot keep on deflecting and making it seem like she just said some shit directly to Peach and they're just blowing it out of proportion.
No, she said the rainbow community.
I know.
She
Hold
said,
on. Let me finish. The words that she used, right, is something that they have been fearing their whole fucking, time, even trying to come out of the closet to their parents or come out of the closet towards their friends, right? They've been fearing this type of shunning, right? So we cannot deflect from the magnitude. See, y'all keep on wanting to allow her to deflect and say she just was mad at one person. No, the rhetoric of what she
that was the problem.
The magnitude of what she spilled has sparked a fear in the community. This is why they had a hard time coming out in the first place. This is why they only make up 1%, because, and this is also why so many people, and I'm a heterosexual man. I like what I like, but right is right and wrong is wrong. That their collective has every right to be in an outrage for something of this magnitude to be spreading back around, because this puts them back in a mindset of fear, and this stops them from standing and being the best person that they can be for them. That's the magnitude of this.
Yes, and what do you think? And just imagine their parents, me as a mother, how I feel. And I did tell her, I said, it's so many kids out here, 10, 11, 12 years old, that parents turn them away and they go into prostitution and drugs because of people that hate them like you, that they cannot come to and be themselves and express
don't slide
themselves.
That in there. Don't slide that in there. What you mean, people that hate them like you?
Sobe? What happened?
People like Poozy that says she hates them.
Try to put a different name on that shit. You try to slide that shit in there talking about people that hate them like you. Hold on. Don't do me like that.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking about... I'm talking about the conversation I had with Poozy. So I was talking to Poozy, so I said you.
Okay, we got
That's what I'm talking about.
Right now, you're not talking to Poozy, and the bloggers can take that shit, and the next thing you know, they'll be saying Atlas dislikes that community. That's why I'm saying.
I'll clarify that. I'm talking about the conversation
I'm not saying it to you directly. I apologize for talking to you like that. I'm not talking to you directly. I'm just saying in general, this is a very touchy conversation. And
You tell me about it. I have a son that is 17 that is going out into the real world now. So I know that everyone isn't going to treat him right. Everyone is not going to be fair to him. Using the bathroom that he chooses to use, my husband and I, we've dealt with that. Going to the schools, educating, advocating. And that's what I told her. I said, you need to educate and advocate for autism. I said, just like I do for my son being transgender in the rainbow community. So that's what I was saying to her. And I was definitely going to let her have it. But
Well, let me say this. I'm sorry to cut you off. Let me say this.
It's okay.
When I was hearing it yesterday, I was hearing something that I really thought we was kind of done with, in a sense. You hear that, people are throwing jabs at each other. So you're going to hear things that you've always heard forever and a day. But the whole y'all shouldn't live and all of that, I thought we was kind of done with that after Obama got in office and got a lot of freedoms and stuff. I really thought that was kind of done with, so to speak.
No, Trump.
I thought the LGBT community was feared, so therefore nobody in their right mind would say those type of things. So I was just like,
no. And Kiana, what I was also telling her is, she said, well, kids gonna be kids. I said, oh, honey, you haven't dealt with the parents yet. The parents and the grandparents that is going to mistreat your grandchild. The teachers, she said her granddaughter was going into kindergarten. The teachers that's going to mistreat your grandchild because she's different. That's what I was telling her. So Chasing Pillows, I just wanted to come up to clarify that I was only comparing different with different and hate with hate. That was it.
And it makes sense the way that the conversation flowed. That makes sense.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Love you, Kiana.
I love you too.
And also acceptance, because she said that she was trying to get acceptance from that community at one point.
Really?
She said that in her rant.
Yeah, she did.
She said, y'all ain't accepting me. She said it like in her rant. She was saying like how she tried to be with a girl and she was looking for
I thought I heard her say, maybe I should be with a girl.
She said that too.
Like a girl. And she was like, maybe I should be with a girl.
But she also said she tried it before. She was messing with, she said a bunch of shit. If you go back and unpack it, some of it is deep, some of it is dark, some of it is like telling of her own level of wanting to be accepted in by anybody. Like she wants to be accepted by anybody.
Have y'all ever listened to, you know what? I have a problem with Poozie did yesterday, but I've been pretty cool with Poozie since I've been pretty much on this air. Have y'all ever sat in her live or when she was going on another person's panel and listen to her talk how it goes around in a circle?
Hell no. Unless you sat in a class with two teachers and you always got a snack after you completed every little thing, you can't see them Poozie goddamn live long.
She'll say one thing and then she'll contradict it by saying another thing. It's going to keep going around and around and around in a circle. Some things will be related to what's going on. Some things will just be out her ass.
Notorious. Yeah. That's the short bus crew for real over there. I struggle. Hell nah. I was like, what are they talking about over there?
But I do have a question. What do we do? Is there a plan in place or what we gonna do?
I mean, hell nah. Blaqq Poozie immediately. What are you talking about? That's the plan. Blaqq Poozie immediately.
Clearly not, because she was on a panel today. I was gonna talk to my crew, because let me tell you, me and my crew talked this morning, right? And of course we all was talking about not platforming Poozie anymore. And I said, I'm gonna tell you how this gonna work. I said, we're going to do, because my integrity, my word is my bond, and that's all I got. It's my word in the end. When I leave this world, they're going to remember what I said and did, not what I had, what I owned, right? So I said, now if I sit up here and definitively say Poozy under no circumstance would never be on my panel again, and then some shit pop off and y'all be going, well, when is Kiana them gonna talk about it? When is they gonna talk about it? And I'm gonna tell y'all now, that's not how the app is gonna work. I said, then when y'all mess around and look at Poozy and Peach in an app in a live together, y'all are gonna be mad. It didn't take 2 hours. It didn't take 2 goddamn hours. Would any of my mods like to come up here and tell the truth and say I told them that? It didn't take 2 hours for them to be right back in a panel again together. So how do we take people serious? I thank you, Copeland. Copeland said, I said it. How do we take people serious? How? They were in a fucking live together today.
It's a twofold problem, Kiana.
Do you know how dangerous that was for them to be in a live together again? Okay.
It's a twofold problem.
I hear you. Give me one moment, Mocha. I'm gonna let you say yours, but I'm
and
processing.
then even more shit spilled
Give me
out.
one moment, Alex. I'm processing. Do y'all know how fucking dangerous that was? Yet again, and that's why I continue to say, messy TikTok is not a real motherfucking place. Because what just happened last night, if we're taking it seriously, would be the equivalent of putting the raper and the rapist, in the same motherfucking room again. Am I lying? Chasing.
You're not lying. It's the truth. God damn it. You know, that's what I'm saying here.
I keep saying I'm just a little old girl from Covenant, Georgia, but I know a little something when I see it.
Okay.
Putting them two on the same fucking panel is no different from putting the graped and the graper in the same fucking room together the next day.
You're not lying. You're not
And
lying.
I'm gonna have to follow.
That's why Messy TikTok is not a real fucking place, y'all. It's not a real motherfucking place, and nothing on this app seems to be taken seriously.
Absolutely, because I'm gonna have to follow what Chasen said. For Trina to sit there and laugh as if she's not talking to me because I can turn my shit off. What about the people that can't turn it? Don't we get mad at the light-skinned group for playing that I want to be black when it fits, and then I identify as my YT half when it benefits me? Don't we fucking get mad at them for doing that shit? The mixed people that want to be black when it benefits, but then when it's time to bleed back, they don't want to. So for her to say some shit like that, what about the people that can't turn that shit off? What about the people? So you're just saying fuck them, huh?
Go ahead, Mocha.
Well, is that really her lifestyle if she can turn it off and on?
Hello.
She's doing it as a preference to what benefits her. That's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the Pruzy, she's a problem. So people platform her. You can choose to listen, not listen. I mean, at this point, she was platformed so she could get her apology out and whatever. She was being coddled over on Rosé's platform, and then she was platformed on was she on Cool Ass Black Woman's platform? She was over there. Well, she didn't go. Barb denied her coming over to her platform.
So shout out to Barb. See, it's the hood folks that be like, you ain't finna do that. Well, maybe listen.
So that's
maybe Barb was like, I'm not gonna let you cuss me out again. But calm the fuck on. Y'all let these people be in the same platform again less than 12, 15 hours later. After that's why we can't be taken seriously in this motherfucker.
She had the biblical aspect on it because Poozy brought that up. So
but I do want Chasing, would you reach out to Peach and say, Peach, be careful how you move going forward? Because again, that is another thing that will be used against him. Should a lawyer get him in a room and say, listen, you got a great lawsuit here? The first thing that's going to be popped up is, one, he was still giving the person accolades, and two, he was back in the same room with the person who did it to him less than 24 hours later. You got to be careful how you move after you've been injured, ladies.
And that's why I say none of this is real, because Slim did the same thing to that community. When they stopped supporting him, or he felt like they stopped supporting him, he talked shit about them. Just a couple of months ago, Trina was on here crying about how she supports Genty and been on Genty's platform and all of that shit to get that community back to liking her. Why are we not pointing out these repeating factors that keep on happening, this monkey see, monkey do shit, and nobody wants to speak on it?
But this is the thing also as well. You don't have to go to someone's platform.
Exactly.
You don't have to go.
Exactly.
And the other part of what I was going to say was this. Diamond needs to be held accountable for letting Poozy sit in there on that ramp for that amount of time. Where her saying with her thing saying, "Oh, I'm not going to be on live for a while." That's not good enough. She allowed her to do that, and then I watched part of what the bloggers put.
And I'm going to make an allegation she intended to harm him.
Yeah, she was making some comments, and she allowed that to happen on her platform when she could have easily dropped her. She could have just dropped her and said, "I'm not going to allow this," but she didn't. But she didn't, and this is what she does on a regular basis. She allows for black women to be talked to real bad, and for some black women to talk to black men bad as well. But she allows dysfunction to go on her platform while she's reading her cash apps, and people are sending her gifts, and this is what funds her lifestyle. And I said that here, and the bloggers can let her hear it, because the bottom line is this. I don't support her and she don't support me. I'm a grown-ass 60-year-old woman, and I stand 10 toes down on what I say, and I don't send her no money, and I don't go on her platform a lot. I might breeze through to hear what's going on, but I hear people complaining about it and talking about how they're abused over there, but they keep going back because there's some people that are just plain masochistic. And people say how, oh, I'm growing and I'm this and I'm educated and this and I'm that. But they keep going back over there and being abused day after day. And people love, like the gladiator age, watching people be abused in a public platform. And it's absolutely ridiculous. So while she's getting her hair done off of the backs of a lot of people here who live in subsidized housing and everything else and are sending her their bill money while she's getting her bust down, she allows that to happen.
Mocha said a bust down.
Bust down, middle part, 20-inch, 30-inch.
Yes. Listen, my grandkids told me yesterday what a bust down was.
Oh, no, the bust down.
Because I have locks in my hair.
Oh,
So while she's getting a bust down off of y'all, and really it's partially off of me, because some of y'all are getting funded by the taxes I have to pay, and I have to pay the government back every single year. And I don't mind paying it so that my people can live. So y'all are giving your money up to her for access to her so that you can go on her platform and be beaten down and stripped down and torn apart.
Thank you for 50K, y'all.
Stormzy,
let me hear you. Stormzy, do you feel it's going to be business as usual? You feel Diamond will be back? Hey, darling, how are you, Lola?
yeah, Tuesday she'll be back.
Honestly, I think she will. I mean, because the money's too good for her. Like, I'm at this point, I'm over Diamond. I'm over Poozy, because yesterday that really got to me, because my cousin passed away back in, I want to say in 2011, 2012, and he was gay. And for you to sit there and spew all that hatred out for people you don't, I mean, for a bunch of people that you don't even know, that didn't even do nothing to you, all for one person, that's crazy to me. And so me, and then too, on top of that, somebody, I forgot who live it was, somebody in the comment section talking about, oh, Diamond didn't do no wrong. And I'm like seeing here, oh, she's God now? Because the last time I checked, God was the only person that could be perfect, not any of us. And so,
hold on, they said they got action over here at Dime. What's going on over Dime?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see.
Set up there in that motherfucking panel, talking about, oh, ain't nobody cut like that. Lex, you just called me and talked to me for a whole hour about Aries.
Oh, man.
And how she treated you so bad on the panel the other day.
What the fuck?
Oh, she might be talking about her Aries, huh?
A whole hour.
Oh, not they breaking up. No.
Yeah, that must be Lady Aries at the gazebo.
God damn. Don't do this here. Don't do this in front of everybody. They want this shit.
Don't make me pull out the receipts, because I'm trying to keep it cute. We bowed out gracefully, continue to plan our trip, pay for our trip with nobody holding us back. And they gotta wait till they get it to next week, and next week. But let's clock the real motherfucking tea. Why I put down $2,000 on the house. Why I paid for motherfuckers $2,000 that I lost. Let's just get that straight. That I lost.
Damn, Don, don't let the motherfuckers
Because
know.
once we found out that you could do snakes, we changed the motherfucking itinerary.
God damn.
$2,000 that I could not get back, baby, because there was no refunds after 48 hours, and the trip had been paid for up front. Right? That table of 8. How many gala tickets out of that table I paid for that I didn't get my money back for? Well, let me clear that up. I got the money back for the gala. Diamond did give me my refund. But it was bitches that was included on that motherfucking table that I paid for. $150 for my ticket and a couple of other bitches' ticket. Okay? I don't got issues. I don't got money issues. I'm that bitch. For real.
God damn, I hate this shit.
I'm out of $2,000 for Airbnb. I don't pay for bitches' gala ticket. Let's get that clear. And I pay for the motherfucking chef for bitches and their husband to eat.
Hey, baby. Hey,
okay?
Cool.
Because even though these bitches lay up with men, they don't have money.
What happened?
God damn. Yeah.
What is happening?
All the secrets are coming out now.
Bitches get mad is when they broke.
God damn it. Little motherfucker like Bray King is gonna enjoy this shit.
So yeah, so I'm out of $2,000. Put down a whole nother deposit for another Airbnb. So if y'all do want to send me my motherfucking money back to the real 6-figure bitches in the chat, the dime pieces, and help me get my motherfucking $2,000 back, go ahead and send it to the CA. Yeah.
Fuck. I'm angry.
Because hoes want to go, but don't want to pay the motherfucking lay.
How the fuck they going and they ain't paid?
Because there's no way that I should have to sponsor bitches and their motherfucking husband.
Husband was going. That's what I was trying to think.
Hey, what?
Let me say this out.
You gonna tell the truth? Swear to tell the whole motherfucking truth, bitch.
There was a group of people that were bringing their husbands with them.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Yeah, they were bringing their husbands.
Y'all, everybody down there acting like y'all didn't peep or I didn't know what was going on.
Somebody was trying to finesse her big time.
Especially if you've been back and forth. Let's keep it cute, please.
Hey, Kiana, do you remember a message I sent you about 3 weeks ago where I just said it's all about the crumble?
What happened?
You remember that message I sent you about 3 weeks ago where I said it's all about the crumble, just sit back and watch?
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about.
Wow. Yeah.
It's about to get worse, but
Yes, Mrs. Williams, Low is up there. This
Pick y'all. Whatever y'all
Can I chime in for 1 second?
keep it
Sure, baby.
Y'all bitches
I know this your platform, and you know good and well I respect you wholeheartedly. Well, I really want Lala to shut up. Like, just okay, I know you over here, but you don't have to try to agitate situations and chime in and all of that. Just be quiet. Please.
Hold on.
She got to keep getting smart and making comments. Like, don't do that trying to fit in. You don't have to speak on everything and every subject.
Yeah, Lala, go in the box. Lala, come up. Let's go over this because this is they. Who Jesus? I don't request it up.
Aggravating. Some
Lala,
things you don't have to even chime in on.
Come up in the box, Lala. Come up in the box, Lala. Let's talk.
What happened with Lala?
She keeps making smart comments about Dime and her girls that don't have nothing to do with her. She don't even know what's going on.
It does. Lala kind of been waiting for this fallout to happen too, don't you think?
Why though?
Lala,
I'm
what's
just saying,
going
you
on,
don't think
baby?
Lala's been waiting for this fallout to happen? You don't
I
think
think
so?
Lala should shut up. That's what I think.
Okay,
Lala, what's
that's your
going on?
opinion, but you
Lala,
don't think.
what happened, Lala? What you see?
Hold on, Kiana. I can't hear everybody. So, Kiana, let's you and I have a dialogue, okay?
Okay.
I came in here when I spoke to you. I came in here and I was like, hey, Kiana, and everybody, hey, everybody, right? Since I've been in here, I have not said anything out of pocket. Number one. Number two, I have several screenshots of someone in here making smart comments to me. Okay, I have those screenshots. I'll be more than happy to send them to you on IG.
Send it to me on IG. Who doing that? Who is name the person? Put a name on it.
Notorious. And I asked her twice. Stop tagging me and do not talk to me. And she kept doing it. And then I have not said anything disrespectful, nothing out of pocket, just a general conversation. And RSVP wants to say, oh, you shouldn't say nothing. I haven't said anything.
Okay. I got it under control. RSVP.
Nobody else has it.
Hold on, RSVP. It is a known battle that Lala and Notorious would do they back and forth when they're in the same room, okay?
Yes, I'm talking about her comments regarding Dime and her girls. Like, we're listening to them. Nobody knows exactly what happened, but she keeps making smart comments. Oh, yeah, Dime about to go in. Girl, you don't know. It's like she just been making smart comments all day. All day. And I just hate for her to keep inserting herself.
This is how I feel.
Gets on my nerves.
This is how I feel. Nico said, I'm going over there. Y'all get on my nerve. This is how I feel about it. Lala knows my rules over here. When we're talking about race issues, I always ask her to sit that one out because she, it can be looked at crazy. But this ain't a race issue, what we're talking about. This is a LGBTQ issue, a hate issue, and now we're on issue of girls trip. So that's why I'm like, what she's saying wouldn't really bother me because this is about friends. You know what I mean? So.
Okay,
so Kiana, I also want to say something else. I said Dom is about to go in because we heard Dom going in. We know how Dom's about to go in.
That's what I'm saying. Dom is that Lala likes Dom. Yeah,
right, and I like her too, right?
And Dom likes her back. Dom likes Lala.
Yeah, and I even said, I was like,